Laura Kowal was the last person you'd expect to fall for a scam, a woman of remarkable intelligence and unwavering resolve. Sharp, accomplished, with a keen eye for detail, she was known for her meticulous nature. A leader in healthcare for over 30 years, she dedicated her life to serving others and improving the system. She managed millions, navigating complex budgets and ensuring the financial stability of her organization, led teams, inspiring colleagues with her vision and commitment to excellence, and built a future she thought was secure, carefully planning for her retirement and the years to come. But the very trust and decency that fueled her success, the qualities that made her a respected leader, became her undoing. When the scam hit, it struck at the heart of her carefully constructed world. It wasn't just her savings that vanished. It was a significant portion of her life's work, gone in an instant. It was her confidence, her sense of self, her belief in the inherent goodness of people. Laura withdrew, haunted by shame and disbelief, isolating herself from friends and family. How could someone so capable, so vigilant, be so thoroughly deceived? The question echoed in her mind day and night. The scam didn't just steal her money, it stole something far more valuable. It shattered her identity and her trust in the world, leaving her feeling vulnerable and exposed. Her daughter, Kelly, watched helplessly as her mother's vibrant spirit faded, replaced by a shadow of her former self. The silence and pain between them grew, a chasm widening with each passing day. As Laura struggled to explain the depth of her despair, the words caught in her throat, choked by shame and regret. Laura's story is a stark reminder. Scams destroy more than finances. They erode the very foundations of a person's being. They devastate lives and families, leaving behind a trail of emotional and psychological damage. It started with a simple, friendly message. A casual ping in the digital world. Nothing suspicious at first glance, just a digital hello, an innocuous greeting that seemed harmless. The scammer, carefully posing as Frank Borg, presented an image of sophistication and charm. He was patient and attentive, meticulously learning everything about Laura, her hopes, her dreams, and even her fears. He built trust slowly, over months of consistent communication, laying the groundwork for his deception. Sending daily messages, he became a constant presence in her life. A comforting voice in the digital space, sharing stories from his life, or so she thought, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences, and carefully creating the illusion of a perfect partner, someone who understood her like no one else ever had. This wasn't a rush for money, a quick grab and run. It was a slow, calculated seduction, a game of emotional chess with Laura as the unsuspecting pawn. When the requests came, they were small at first, insignificant amounts that seemed easy to fulfill, an overseas business snag, a temporary setback that required a small financial boost, or a sudden medical emergency, a desperate plea for help in a time of crisis. Each plea was carefully wrapped in love and urgency, designed to tug at her heartstrings, making Laura feel like a hero in their shared story, the only one who could save him from disaster. The scammer's genius wasn't in technology, but in emotional manipulation, a mastery of the human heart. He made her believe she was saving their future together, securing a life of happiness and love. For Laura, sending money wasn't a cold, calculated transaction, a mere exchange of funds. It was a profound act of love, a testament to her devotion and commitment. She wasn't investing in a shady scheme, a risky venture with uncertain returns. She was investing in a shared dream, a vision of a future filled with love and companionship. But by the time the devastating truth finally surfaced, revealing the cruel deception, the emotional hooks were deeply embedded, making it incredibly difficult to break free. The scammer had meticulously built a seemingly impenetrable fortress of trust, brick by emotional brick, only to cruelly burn it all down, leaving Laura heartbroken and financially devastated. The scammer's tactics were psychological warfare. He chose a trustworthy face, sent carefully staged photos, and spun stories that made Laura feel essential. He urged secrecy. Don't worry your family, this is just between us, isolating her from those who might intervene. Each crisis was urgent, each deadline tight, keeping Laura off balance and reactive. The requests grew, always framed as the last obstacle before their happy ending. Laura's kindness and hope for companionship became weapons used against her. She wasn't foolish, she was lonely, and the scammer exploited that need for connection. The financial loss was crushing, but the emotional betrayal cut deeper. Laura was left questioning her heart, her judgment, and her ability to trust. The real damage was invisible, a wound that wouldn't heal. The truth didn't arrive with a bang, but with a slow, sickening silence. The messages stopped. The man she loved vanished. Laura's savings were gone, her home lost, her independence erased. She was forced to rely on her daughter, burdened by shame and regret. Depression set in, fueled by relentless self-blame and isolation. Society's judgment only deepened her pain. How could you fall for that? The scam's aftermath was total financial ruin, emotional devastation, and a life derailed. Laura's story ended in tragedy, a stark warning of the real cost of these crimes. Scams aren't victimless. They can destroy a person's spirit and sometimes their will to live. Laura's tragedy is part of a growing epidemic. Millions, especially older adults, are targeted by sophisticated scams every year. Victims aren't naive, they're human, and scammers prey on universal needs for trust and connection. The digital world has outpaced our education. Many lack the tools to spot red flags online. We teach kids about stranger danger, but not about digital deception. This gap leaves people vulnerable, especially those less familiar with technology. Society often blames victims, compounding their shame and silence. We must shift our perspective. Financial exploitation is a serious crime, not a personal failing. Only empathy and open conversation can break the cycle of silence. It's time to treat scam victims with the same compassion we offer any crime survivor. Combating scams requires a united front, a collaborative effort that spans across various sectors of society. It involves banks acting as vigilant gatekeepers, law enforcement pursuing justice, and engaged communities fostering awareness and support. Financial institutions must do more than simply process transactions. They have a crucial role in safeguarding their customers. This means they need robust fraud detection systems, proactive intervention strategies, and a commitment to staying ahead of evolving scam tactics. Simple actions, like a quick call to verify a suspicious transfer or a large withdrawal, can be the difference between security and losing someone's life savings. Banks should actively educate clients, empowering them with the knowledge to protect themselves. They must also train staff to spot red flags, equipping them to identify and respond to potential scams effectively, and offer clear, accessible warnings about prevalent scams, ensuring customers are well informed. Law enforcement must adapt to the evolving digital landscape, pursuing cybercriminals relentlessly while supporting victims with compassion, recognizing their trauma, not just processing case numbers. Recovery resources and emotional support are absolutely vital, standing alongside prosecution as essential components of justice. But the strongest defense is community open conversations about scams, regularly checking in on loved ones, especially those who may be vulnerable, and proactively sharing knowledge about the latest scam tactics. If you have an older relative or neighbor, someone who might be more susceptible to these schemes, take the time to talk to them about online risks and how to identify potential threats. Building circles of trust and awareness within our communities is a powerful way to stop scams before they even have a chance to start. Together, by working hand in hand, we can create a strong grassroots shield against fraud, protecting ourselves and our communities. Laura Kowal's story is a call to action. We must replace judgment with empathy and make scam awareness a priority at every level. Schools, families, communities. Teach the warning signs, urgency, secrecy, emotional manipulation, and odd payment requests. Knowledge is our best defense. Demand more from banks and law enforcement, and strengthen support for victims, financially and emotionally. No one should have to recover alone. Let Laura's tragedy inspire vigilance and compassion. Check in on your loved ones, ask tough questions, and foster open conversations about online safety. By building a caring, informed community, we make it harder for scammers to succeed and easier for victims to heal. We owe it to Laura and to everyone at risk to protect, trust, and honor a lifetime of hard work.